how to start a poultry farm and succeed very fast. This is a very nice topic today we are going to discuss, because despite you want to start with a small number of birds or large number of birds, these things cut across. We want to look on 10 considerations or 10 things you need to put across so that you may be able to start and succeed in your poultry farming. If you are new in this channel, make sure you like, subscribe and hit the notification bell so that when I upload the next video, you'll be the first person to get the video and learn about poultry farming. So in my poultry farming journey, I did things the other way around. Instead of starting with the major things, I started with the upside down. And these things, I realized it took me longer period to scale my business from the small number of chicks I had to where I am now, which has taken me to a period of 8 good years. But with good understanding, you can be able to start the same and be able to succeed within a period of 1 year. The good thing, what I'm teaching you is what I have already practiced and has already worked for me. So this is the number one consideration you need to put into consideration so that you may be able to succeed in your poultry farming. Number one, you need to conduct a thorough research. Don't just go to one place, then you see people doing poultry, then you come to your poultry farm, then you start your own farming. You will go wrong and you lose all your investment. Do a market research about poultry farming breeds. Do a research about poultry farming models. For example, when I was starting my poultry farm, I visited one lady called Tabitha Makoa, another lady called Vivian Nobel in their poultry farms. I told them I want to keep 10,000 chicken, which will be giving me 10,000 eggs per day, which I will sell at 10 shillings. And you can do your math. I was delusional. So I was calculating I will be getting 100,000 Kenya shillings revenue from the sale of eggs alone each and every day. But little did I know, I had not done that research to understand what makes the 10,000 and what is required for the 10,000 chicken, so that you may be able to get something from that investment. So it's very much important to do that research. In fact, one lady told me, just start with a small number of chicken, please, my son. Then I was like, you don't understand. I have the vision. I want to change the world like immediately. It's like they were not understanding. I want to change very fast how poultry farming works, like now and now. Little did I know that it was a learning curve. It was a process which needed me so that I may be able to grow step by step. The industry is very slippery, and you need a person or you need a knowledge about how the industry works so that you may be able to succeed. If you don't have a mentor, make sure you conduct serious research about poultry farming. Understand how the market of poultry works. Understand everything about poultry farming. On the research, make sure you understand about poultry breeds, because this poultry breeds is what gets you now to poultry farming models. For example, maybe you want to start brooding your chicks. That is a totally different model from a person who keeps commercial layers. You want maybe to keep broilers. It's a totally different model from any other person who wants to do maybe something else. So make sure you understand the poultry models, how they work, and how everything moves from step by step. From the 10,000 chicken I wanted to keep, I ended up starting with only 50 chicks. Up to today now, I'm just in a position where I'm only producing 8,000 chicks every week. But my desire was to have 10,000 chicken at a go. Little did I know I will require a knowledge. So don't base your facts on a very small cycle from 2 people, from one site, from one video. Make sure you conduct thorough research. You realize for you to run a business, you need to be very good in planning. Thus now takes us to number 2 serious consideration which you need to succeed in your poultry farm. You need to develop a business plan. And if you are not able to develop a business plan, just have a basic work plan on how you are going to implement each and everything. Make sure you have a plan showing when you want to start, the expenses, what you want to do, the goals you want to attain, the objectives, the mission, the vision. Make sure you have these things written down in a plan, which will now work as a roadmap as you implement your poultry farming strategies. Understand how much food you'll need, understand the cost analysis, understand everything. Do a feasibility study so that you may be able to succeed in this poultry farming journey. If you don't do that, you realize there is no need. At this point, you don't need any money. You just need your pen, your brain, and the research which you have conducted so that you may now come up with a business plan to understand which model you are going to invest your money in, how you are going to finance it, and everything. After that, the third aspect, make sure you have enough finances or secure funding which will assist you now to invest now in poultry farming. If you don't have enough money, start small. Because poultry farming is capital intensive in nature, and it will require you to have this chicken make a lot of noise. Let's go on the top side where they are not going to make a lot of noise there. So let's pause a little bit. We go on the upper room. So don't start with no money or with very little money, because you are going to lose it. Make sure you start with a small number which you can easily manage, because this is what normally is going to happen. I used to think if I have 100,000, I'm going to buy 1,000 birds, then I will keep them, then I will sell them at a profit. But you don't know, this is what normally happens. Make sure you have enough feeds to feed those birds from the time you introduce them in the brooder up to the time you want to sell, or up to the time you want to take it to the market. Because if you don't have enough money, then you are going to lose it, and you are going to lose your hard-earned money. So guys, make sure you have enough money, or secure funding from any organization, from a bank, from a loan, from your girlfriend, from your mother, just from anywhere. Make sure you have enough money before you invest a lot of money in this business, because without money, now the plan, you will not be able to implement it, and it will not be able to work. Number 4, make sure you acquire a land or get a land from your relative. You can use your father's land if your father is blessed to have very many acres of land. You can use your husband's land or your wife's land. Then make sure you build good infrastructure like this poultry house, which you are able to see here, which I now use now in my breeder farm, and I also use this upper room now for brooding. So make sure you get good land. The only consideration you need to have in this point, make sure the land is accessible well with good roads. Make sure the land is served with electricity, so that you may not incur more expenses on solar energy. Because if the land is in the interior like this breeder farm, you need now to do some construction of road like the way I did on this breeder farm, as I did on the previous video. So make sure you build good infrastructure. And the best model of poultry house is like this. Never build a flat roof. There is a very big, this we call it the gable roof. It's the best form of a roof for a poultry house, because there is a lot of air in this house, and I'm not able to have my chicken sick, because the house is well ventilated, and it has a very large amount of space, which I can use also for the birds to prevent more diseases occurring on the poultry farm. Number 5, make sure you secure quality chicks like from reputable companies like NEO-HEN farms. I have told you NEO-HEN farms is the best. This is what how my chicks look like. These are the box. Make sure you secure quality chicks like Sasso F1 from NEO-HEN farms, and I can show you what you get when you order from us, because this is part of the things which will make you succeed or break you. So you can have a look on this chick. They are now at day 7. You can look at the size, you can look on the uniformity and everything on the chicks. So make sure you secure quality F1 chicks so that you may be able to succeed in your poultry farming investment. If you don't get it right at the chicks, you are going to miss it. And the chicks goes hand in hand with the quality feed. If you are not able to formulate your own quality feeds, make sure you just buy commercial feeds from reputable companies which have been tested and have been proved to have worked. Because if you don't lose, you are going to lose all your money and you will no longer be in business. So it's better you go buy quality chicks from a reputable company, buy quality fish from a reputable company, then you'll be able to implement the same in your poultry farm and you'll be able to succeed. The other thing which is very crucial, make sure you implement very serious biosecurity measures. Biosecurity is about the access and the movement of in and out of the poultry farm. If everybody is getting into your poultry farm, this is basically what can happen. They can transmit diseases inside your poultry farm with a lot of ease. So make sure you implement very serious biosecurity measures. Make sure you have foot baths at different places in the poultry farm. Make sure the workers have the biosecurity attires. In fact, before a person visits your poultry farm, make sure they have not been in contact with any chicken for 72 hours, because diseases, chicken die because of the minor things which people ignore in poultry farming. Then they end up losing their own chicken. For example, what I have done, I have only allowed only the workers and myself to interact with the birds. We don't allow visitors to come and get into the brooders they are able to see. I just tell them, just go and see my videos, as I have always shown you everything about my brooding and what normally happens. You can see the brooders are very much secured. There is a barrier in between here before you even get into the chicks. So I normally ensure that you implement very serious biosecurity measures and biosecurity features so that you may not bring diseases into your own poultry farming. Biosecurity is very much wide. I'll do a video separately to discuss about biosecurity features and how they should be implemented step by step, and also access control in the poultry farm, because this is very much key and it is very much important. Let's look on the seventh aspect. Make sure you keenly focus on marketing, because if you don't have a marketing strategy, how you are going to take your birds in the market, you are going to buy the birds from those people who advertise, then they will leave you stranded. The good thing with us NEO-HEN farms, when you buy from us chicks, we normally make sure we walk with you the journey from the time you introduce the chicks in the brooder, after the time we are going to take your chicks and take to the market. Any chicken which comes from our poultry farm, we normally ensure that it has been sold, and we normally ensure that you as the farmer, you have succeeded so that you may continue growing and impacting the lives of very many people. So make sure you invest a lot of your time on marketing. Make sure you get into WhatsApp groups about poultry farming on Facebook, on WhatsApp, on Instagram. Make sure you get into poultry farming groups so that you may be able to learn about poultry farming. You interact with farmers at any time. Make sure you optimize on your operations. If there is anything which can ease your operations, make sure you bring it in your poultry farm. Like any form of simple mechanization which can reduce maybe the workforce in your farm, make sure you implement it so that you may save on cost and also reduce the interaction of people with the birds. For example, like myself, what I did, I was able to acquire automatic drinkers, which I use now in this poultry farm, which ensures now the workers don't have to fetch water from the well, then they wash the drinker, then they transfer. The water just flows through the automatic drinkers, which is very cheap and very much affordable, and it has ensured that I control diseases which come with the water, because I'm able to monitor the movement of the water from the time the water comes from the well up to the time it gets to the reservoir, out of the time now the water flows now to the chicken. So make sure you do this. The other aspect for you to succeed, make sure you scale your business and diversify. If you love to do a lot of celebration, maybe from little money you make your first sale, don't get into poultry farming. In fact, the rule is one: you reinvest all the money you have gotten to the business so that the business may scale. And make sure you get into other poultry models. For example, I started with breeding, now with the brooding of chicks and selling the brooded birds. Then now I have gotten into production. It will reach a point now I will get now to slaughtering and the packaging of quality chicken, which will be eaten, which will be slaughtered and sold in the local market. So make sure you scale your business and diversify. Don't eat the seed. Make sure you grow and be open-minded person who is going to grow the business step by step. The last point, the 10th point, make sure you network and seek support. Go to people who are doing poultry farming like NEO-HEN farms. Come and ask me, how do we go about this one? What can I implement in my poultry farm so that I may be able to succeed? Make sure you join to poultry cooperatives. Go to poultry farming training and seminars, and you'll be able to learn and be able to implement poultry farming strategies in your poultry farm, and you'll be able to succeed with ease. Networking is very much important. You have heard of people say your network is your net worth. The good thing is that when you know very many people who keep poultry, what is going to happen? You realize they are going to be buying the chicken from you when they run at a deficit. And that is how poultry farming works. Make sure you have a lot of people, you have a very large network which you can learn from people. So farmers, I want to appreciate you for keeping in touch, for tuning on this video. I want to wish you all the best as you start your poultry farms, as you scale your poultry farms. NEO-HEN farms, I'm here to ensure that you succeed, you get the knowledge, and you'll be able to do everything with ease. Guys, continue liking and subscribing. Let's meet on the next video.